Good people, what is going on? Another episode of the All Go Podcast. I'm your host, Desmond. It is freezing here in Michigan, but I'm out taking a quick walk to get outside a bit. It is Super Bowl Monday, if you will, or the day after the Super Bowl, and wanted to hop on, do a quick video talking about the game. Last week had a lot going on. Had some work travel. Had my daughter's volleyball tournament, so I had a lot of stuff going on and didn't get a chance to make a video, but wanted to talk about the Super Bowl. And my prediction would have been, I would have picked the Chiefs. So I want to, although I didn't get to put it on, on record, that was my stance. I was going to take the Chiefs. I'm actually in a Survivor League and had picked the Chiefs. So that was my thought. I thought it would probably be close. Kind of similar to, the Chiefs wins most of the season, but I thought the Chiefs would get it done. And that's probably all I'm going to talk about the Chiefs in this video, because there's nothing you can really say except that was just pure domination. And the Eagles, the Eagles were flawless. I mean, even the interception that Jalen threw, I think that was either early first or early second quarter, or in the first or second quarter, the Chiefs couldn't do anything with it. It just was the Eagles' front four. Goodness gracious. Those guys were just dominant. There was nothing that the Chiefs could do to stop those guys. There were some sacks where the D lineman who got the sack could have just pulled up and not tackled Patrick Mahomes, and somebody else would have got him. Like, he still would have gotten sacked. It was just a meet you at the quarterback, and that was unreal. That was unreal. I thought one of the big keys to the game for the Eagles was to commit to the run game, and specifically Saquon Barkley, because I feel like there can be times in big games for just, pick any team and any offensive coordinator, where if the run game is not being successful, that a lot of times offensive coordinators have a tendency to go away from it, especially in today's game. It's a passing league. We all know that. The quarterback's high flying. So I thought that would be key for them. And and kudos to Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni, which I'll give him credit as well. Because they never abandoned it. It didn't matter that Saquon wasn't hitting, his normal 60-yard runs. It didn't matter. They stuck to the run. I mean, he ended up with 25 carries. I think the Eagles as a whole ended with about 45 attempts. Jalen Hurts obviously was in that as well. But that was just picture perfect formula for what they wanted to do. Their physicality was just unreal. I just saw a clip on Twitter of Nolan Smith, who was lined up at like a defensive end to the offense's left side, and one of the offensive linemen pulled to try to kick him out, and he just destroyed that offensive lineman. Like that looked like a varsity team playing against a JV team, and it just not even being close. The interesting part is I had made a quick video, a YouTube short, just saying, hey man, if the Chiefs win this, I mean, they're set to potentially come back next year, because a lot of their guys are, under contract, so on and so forth. The same exact thing can be said for the Eagles. I mean, I wouldn't feel shocked at all if in 364 days, we're looking at the same two teams getting, being ready to play again. Because both these teams are built really well. I think the Chiefs definitely have some work to do as far as with that left tackle spot. But for the Eagles, they are by far going to be the team to beat in the NFC. And obviously it's kind of common sense because they just won the Super Bowl. But it's not as if they hit this at the pinnacle of all of their talent being ready to go. Like they hit, all these guys are young guys. I mean, Jalen Hurts is under contract. Just go down the list. I think they mentioned Josh Sweat, and I think one of the other DNs were free agents. So, they've got a figure something out there. Either, you're going to re-sign those guys or let them walk and potentially try to fill that in the draft or free agency. But the Eagles are built for probably the next 2-3 years to have a wide window. So it's going to be scary for my Detroit Lions. I hope we get healthy. Number one, it's just key. And then I think this, I'm not sure this shows it as far as what you need to do, but I think it's important that you look at the D-line and look at the lines of scrimmage and just see how the Eagles were able to dominate. Myles Garrett, Max Crosby are seemingly on the market. Myles Garrett, for sure, he has requested a trade. Crosby has not. But, I mean, the Raiders are far from being a good team, and I'd imagine he's not looking to go through that rebuild. So I would take either one of those guys. I think Myles Garrett will probably be more expensive as far as what you need to give up to get him. I'd imagine that conversation probably starts at 2-1s. Crosby, I'm not sure is far behind as far as what he's going to demand as far as the Raiders. I'd imagine probably a 1 and a 2 is going to be the beginning of it. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see. So that's it for me. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good one. Peace.